Ladies and gentlemen, that's Michael Jackson. That is not my son. Let MJ roll for a minute, just a minute. It's 7 o'clock on the West Coast. It's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. You know what you're tuning into. It's the voice of reason, Sirius Satellite Radio, XM Satellite Radio, channel 106 and 149 respectively. And of course, you're in the Foxxhole, Jamie Foxx's own radio network. I'm ZoWilliams, the voice of reason. And for the people who tune in every week, you know what this show is about. Relationship issues. We have an incredible topic today. And as is customary, it is very important that you guys reach out and share your thoughts with us. The number to dial is 877-210-6106. And tonight's topic, the bait trap, the secret agenda of desperate people. This is the Entrapment Show. The baby trap. That's crazy. 877-210-6106 is the number to dial. Once again, I'm ZoWilliams, the voice of reason, and this show is your personal relationship help desk. Oh, God. Anyway, welcome to our show. And, of course, we have a segment called the Makeup to Breakup segment. I've been getting emails, and the stories that I've been getting for this particular segment is crazy. Trust me, some of my upcoming shows will highlight in detail some of these emails. So don't think because I haven't responded to your emails that I'm not getting them. I am getting them. So for those who would like to participate in the breakup or the makeup to breakup segment, find out if it's time to end it or mend it. If you are frustrated with any of your current relationships, whether they be work, family, friends, or personal, and you want some down-to-earth advice, and you want to know if you should end it or mend it, please email me at zo@sirius-radio.com. That's zo at sirius-radio.com. Also, if you haven't gotten my book, it's not too late to do that. The Rebirth of Seeds. It's on sale at my MySpace page, which is www.myspace.com/Voice of Reason 106. That's just one word, Voice of Reason 106. Go on over there and check that out. And also, I know you guys are probably getting tired of it, but he's the boss. Go get his album, Jamie Foxx, the Intuition album. It is ridiculous. And we're going to pump it until the wheels fall off because it's worth it. I think you should go pick it up. Album's on fire. Also, I want to shout out to the Facebook, MySpace, and Twitter bloggers. You guys have to understand something. This show is just broaching the topic. Tonight's topic, the baby trap, the secret lives of desperate people. If somebody tried to just choke you into a baby, ladies, call me. Men, if somebody has hijacked the condom stash, if you have a condom accountant and she's manipulating your stash, call in. 877-210-6106 is the number to dial. Now, I need you guys to understand that this show just broaches the topic, and the real discussion happens in the blogger sphere. So reach out to me on Facebook, ZoWilliams on Facebook, or reach out to me on Twitter, ZoWilliams on Twitter, or reach out to me at MySpace. Again, Voice of Reason 106 is my MySpace page. Let's get the conversation. Let's get it going. This is just the beginning of it. Now, 15 Seconds of Fame is another segment I do here, and that's basically saying, listen, if you have a particular topic you would like for me to cover, and you want your 15 seconds of fame, I'll shout out your city, I'll shout out who you are, what you do. Email me, zo@sirius-radio.com, and we can do that. Now, if this is your first time tuning into the Voice of Reason with ZoWilliams, let me just give you a quick breakdown of what I do. I give practical advice regarding all things relationship. We cover everything from conflict resolution, communication issues, baby mama and daddy drama, sex, money, astrology, cheating, blended families, religion, culture, and marriage. We also do a thing called Open Line Thursdays. Whatever in the hell you want to talk about, just call me. It don't even have to be on the subject. 877-210-6106 is the number to dial. All you got to do is call and say, man, I want to talk about this. Now, let me move on to our topic, the baby trap. Do you know someone who's been blackmailed into fatherhood or manipulated into motherhood? What do you, listen to this, this is crazy. What do you do when your reproductive organs become weapons of mass deception? A night of sexual pleasure was turned into reproductive espionage. Your DNA is abducted by someone you trusted, your partner, to fulfill their diabolical and hidden agendas. What about your... Isn't this crazy? 877-2106-106 is the number to dial. Your sperm was unwittingly hijacked for the purpose of stopping someone's biological clock. Or maybe you know of the fertile womb that fell prey to the uninvited seed of secrecy. Tonight's show is called The Baby Trap, the secret agenda of desperate people. 877-2106-106. Now, before I move on any further, I have a special guest. And I think it's important that I set it up and bring my homeboy in. This is a cool piece of work right here. Me and this dude, we met each other a few months back, and sometime last year, dude is just so spermological warfare is the note I just got. Look, this dude is somebody I just met about 6 or 8 months ago. He came out to the like Barack Obama and his brother said, if you really want to get to know a cat, get his ass out on the court. Yeah. My man came out to the court, played ball with us. We figured out what kind of dude he is based off of his game. And he's cool and he's very talented. He's known to many as Lazee Lamont, but his name is Lamont King. He's a writer, actor, stand-up comic from Prince George's County, Maryland. Yes, sir. Right? He's been in a couple movies. He was in a movie with Tangerine, who's also, Foxxhole family, called Love for Sale, and Something Like a Business. Without further ado, my partner here for the Baby Trap Show. Yes, indeed. The secret agenda of desperate folk. Yes, sir. Lord Lamont King. Holla.
I appreciate that, man. It's good to see you.
Come on, man.
It's good to finally get with you after detailing your Benz for so many months.
Oh, damn.
You dig me?
Don't start no rumors. Yeah. I don't need no extra attention now.
Nah, I'm just trying to get in where I fit in. Hopefully I wake up in the morning with a split end. That's it.
Oh, damn.
That's it.
So again, what do you think of our topic tonight? Do you know, because I got stories. Do you know of cats or women who've been pressured? Tell me a story.
Now, I know it's tragic. It's a tragic situation, but what I'm trying to figure out is I know that women do it. Women have done it for years. That's traditionally a woman thing.
The NBA.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm sure if I know of a dude that has done that.
Really?
Tried to keep a woman by seating her up. I'm not sure if I've known a dude that.
You sure?
And if that dude is out there, please call. That female that got seated up, please call, because I want to know that story. But I've heard stories, I know personally, of people who either, like I take from my man, for instance, he had a situation where he was trapped into marrying this young lady because she said she was pregnant. Later on, 10 years down the road, they go through a divorce situation, whatever, separation situation. In court, it comes out that child is not his. Not even his. She trapped him with another man's seed, that's really spermological warfare right there. But it came down to the judge. A lot of times courts rule in favor of the woman. So it came down to him losing custody of the child that he had raised as his own. And it wasn't even his, and he's never seen her since. And that was like 7-8 years ago.
Is he still on the hook for child support, though?
I don't think so. But the fact is, he had raised her as his own. Wow. You see what I'm saying? So she trapped him with another man's seed, and he can't even have contact with her. Wow. Now, if that ain't a trap, I don't know what is.
Well, again, this sounds like the story that this guy just relayed to me on Facebook. The brother's name was Ronald. He said the same thing. Basically, the same scenario that you just broke down, but only when the kid grew up, the biological or now the non-biological grandfather had been putting money aside from his retirement since the kid was 2. Now the kid's ready to graduate and go to college. And granddaddy was like, well, I've only known him as my grandson. That's his money then. He going to college on me.
On his dime.
But it comes out later on, that ain't your kid. And she and her reasoning for doing it was, I'm only doing it because I had to choose between this kid's father being the crackhead that I laid with. And the dude with the good family. I chose the kid going to the dude with the good family.
But as far as being trapped, though, I've heard of situations where it's a guy and a girl and they're in a good situation, but it's not great. Whereas the female is ready to move forward and the dude is like, all right, I'm chilling, I'm lamping right now. I'm not really ready for that, blah, blah, blah. But it's a good dude. So the female knows that if she gets him to seed her up, impregnate her, he's not going anywhere.
It's a lockdown situation.
It's a lockdown situation because she know that's not the type of dude that'll do that. She got in with the mother and the father. She know what kind of stock he coming from. And so I've seen that often too. So a lot of times it's either financial or it's either, I know this is a good dude. And
but it could also be emotional.
How so?
In the sense of, listen, I want to have a kid because I know some women that just say, you know, it ain't really about the dude. It's about the kid.
Right.
I get the dude. He gives me the kid. Right. Now I got somebody to love.
Somebody to love. Unconditional love, which I didn't get from Papa. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm looking for daddy.
Yes.
And I found daddy in my little son.
So, ladies.
My daddy's son.
Oh, God.
You never heard the daddy's son? You never met the daddy's son?
Tell me.
He's 9 years old and he running the household. And that's her little man. That's her little boyfriend. You see what I'm saying? The ladies come over, he dressed to the nines, he paid bills and everything.
That's such a real situation.
That's daddy's son.
Ladies, tonight's topic. The baby trap, the secret agenda of desperate people. Ladies, have you ever had to hide your birth control pills from your boyfriend or husband out of fear that he might dispose of them or tamper with them? Maybe steal one so you'll miss a day.
I used to hate that. I forgot to. Bet you chewing gum. You ain't forget to put that in your mouth and swallow. I've seen you eat twice today. How you forget to take your birth control pill? Come on, dude.
Hey. I mean, this is, I mean, we've done some research and we're finding that the men that pressure women or try to trap women into having, children are far more aggressive and violent. When we start doing the research on that.
So you're saying a man that's trying to get the woman to have his baby will go further than a woman?
Listen, I'm just saying we can't act. Well, here's the question then. If we really want to get active on the questions, which is worse?
Yeah.
Paternity fraud, like what we just detailed, or the deadbeat dad? 877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. Paternity fraud or the deadbeat dad, which is the most reviled and ugliness of this? The baby trap is what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. And that's the Twilight Zone, because the moment you found that you've been trapped, that's where you landed. 877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. I'm ZoWilliams, voice of reason, Foxxhole Radio, Sirius XM satellite radio, channels 106 and 149. We're about to take a break. I'll see you in a second. Peace. Thanks for my child.
Yeah, right. Well, no thanks.
Cheryl Pepsi Riley. Or no thanks.
Or come get
Let
your
it play
child.
a little taste. Can we, like, ruminate? Ooh, baby's crying.
Yeah. Come get your bastard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason, ZoWilliams, the baby trap, the secret agenda of desperate women, or men and women, people. Sure. This is the topic. I need you to chime in. 877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. Again, it is very difficult to get into this show because once we get to rolling, you know, you need to make those calls. Now, the baby trap, the secret agenda of desperate people. I'm ZoWilliams, voice of reason, Sirius satellite, XM satellite radio, channel 106 and 149 respectively. You're in the Foxhole. The voice of reason is on right now. So, real quick, let's run through some calls. Jay Smooth from Seattle. Holla.
What up, Jay?
Yeah.
Jay Smooth, what's up, man? What's your story?
Oh, man, all right, check this out. My homeboy, right, he used to be one of my best friends. I had this little shorty that I was real cool with. We never took it on like a sexual level or nothing. They end up hooking up, and then he kind of break off our friendship because me and her was so tight. And so he ended up cheating on her, and then she finds out about it. And so she come over my house one day trying to get me, you know, to do the thing with him. Come to find out, she trying to make me get her pregnant so she can have him all pissed off.
Wait a minute. How is she trying to make you get her pregnant? You got to give more details than that.
Man.
How is she trying to make you get pregnant? Is she literally pulling your swipe out and digging it into her? What's going on?
I mean, she was a fine little chick, right? So I did my thing with her. But you know,
did you wear a condom?
I had one on when I started.
Here we go.
So you can't really be trapped if you participating in the bullshit.
Wait. No,
You trying to get a baby by me, but I'm gonna take my condom off to oblige you.
Get me to seed you up.
She was practically begging me to take it off, and I was like, you know what, all right, I'm gonna take it off.
But
and
you
so
agreed.
She ride me though. I was like, hey, you need to get up, and she wouldn't get up. And
But listen, come on now. See, this is the bullshit.
Yeah,
this
that don't count as a trap.
Come on, that's not a trap. That's consent. You can't call a trap consent a trap. If she's begging you and you acquiesce, oh sure, okay, I'll take my condom off. You might be accepting an unwanted STD or STI at the same time of taking off that condom.
And STI is
sexually transmitted infection.
Oh, that's new to me.
Right. Hey, nigga, they keep coming up with new euphemisms.
Yeah,
so anyway, I'm just saying,
sexual infection.
by agreeing to that, dude, you taking yourself out of the play right now.
That was a willful splash right there. You just splashed willfully.
You feel me? You can't consider that a trap, sir. Jay Smooth, thank you for calling, man.
Did she get pregnant at least? Did she get pregnant?
Right. Did you at least fulfill your job?
Nah, she did get pregnant, and she tried to play it out for the whole 9 months like it was mine, but it turned out to be his at the end.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow. What type of people y'all sharing? Anyway, thank you, Brother Jay Smooth. I appreciate the call. Again, you just brought Seattle into the building. I want to keep it rolling. Anonymous from California, reach out and share your story with me, brother.
Okay,
Anonymous is a woman. Okay, all right.
Yeah. I was dating this guy, and it's been a few years ago, and I was in school at the time. I already had 4 children, so I didn't want to have any more children. And you know, my 4 children all were by the same guy, so I didn't want to have any more children. So the guy that I hooked, when he was coming over, and he was just like in by 12, out by 5, dining on the cooler. Anyway, you know, we got it was kind of involved. So our sex was like, we was having unprotected sex. And I guess at the time it was pretty much okay. But that's another story. Anyway, he would ask for permission to come at me. And I'd be like, but you can't get me pregnant, right? And he was like, no, because he had told me he had a vasectomy.
Unless he, listen,
good one.
So, okay,
And
yeah.
I would ask him, I was like, you have a vasectomy, right? And he was like, yeah. And so at the time I thought it was okay. And I said, because if you don't, I can go and get some birth control. He was like, no, you don't need that, right? He would even go so far as to pull out and ejaculate, but it never occurred to me the reason why he would do that, right? And then he would show it to me. He'd be like, see, these are dead, right? So about 6 months into
was
the
he a
relationship-
reverend? He was a reverend, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
He was married.
How you show, you know,
And where did he show it to you?
right,
at?
how do you show a handful of semen and say, look at this?
Me, look
This
at it.
is
I'm like-
dead.
And I was just so like.
Did you say, yeah, you're right?
Yeah, did he? But
I'm like,
did he
okay,
put it in his
whatever.
hand? Or?
Just as long as I wasn't pregnant. So, like 6 months into the relationship, I got nauseous and I was throwing up. And I'm like, but he can't get me pregnant. And I even took medication for nausea. Come to find out, I'm pregnant. I was so upset.
He hit you with the bad pipes routine.
Oh boy, did he
Oh,
ever.
baby,
But
the water's
then,
turned off.
The killing part was that I was going to get an abortion. And he took the car the day I was supposed to go get an abortion.
See, there are dudes out there. Hold on 1 second, Anonymous.
He took the car?
My man, my guest tonight, Lamont King, said he don't have examples of dudes pressuring women into having kids.
Wow.
Now, like you said,
I'm learning, yeah.
he used the bad pipe routine.
Bad pipe
I had a
routine.
vasectomy.
Uh-huh.
And he even did the magic trick with the cum in his hand.
Yeah.
Look at the cum.
Right.
It's dead. And she fell for it. Go, Anonymous, finish your story, because this is very intriguing.
But you know what? I had the baby, and I was so mad at him because I was going to school and I was getting ready. I was working on a degree, a liberal arts degree, concentration in natural science. But anyway, that's another story too.
But wait, sweetie.
Anyway.
Well, let me just say this. Wait, sweetie. I cannot allow you to be fully off the hook here. Now, he did some duplicitous.
Duplicitous.
I'm just saying, telling her one thing and doing something else. He did some duplicitous shit. He did some disingenuous shit. He wasn't coming from a space of integrity or honor or truth. So you're right for being upset with him, but you cannot take yourself off the hook here because you didn't have to believe any of the magic.
But I applaud her for having 20/20 vision.
Wait, hold on.
You're 100% right about that.
Because all I want you to do is just see this one little, and I know you can see it, but I just want you to understand that at the end of the day, sex, especially in the new millennium, is a dangerous game.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, sex is not a game that you can take anybody's word for. You can't, you understand what I'm saying? It's a crapshoot. It's Russian roulette now. So a person can say, I don't have any STDs or STIs and say, let's do this without a condom. And you can't put yourself in a position to where you take that person's word for it unless you participated in getting tested together.
But she's a phenomenal woman to me because she can see sperm with the naked eye in a man's hand full of cum.
And know if
that's amazing.
Dead or alive.
And that's amazing to me.
Right.
I mean, kudos to you for that.
Anonymous, I want to thank you for reaching out to the Voice of Reason. I so appreciate your story. You have made this show that much more interesting, and you brought California into the building. If you want to bring your city or state into the building, tonight's topic, the baby trap, the secret agenda of desperate
Her son is quite a handful. I'll be here all week.
Again, if you want to get involved in this conversation, please call me at 877-210-6106 is the number to dial. You can also just jump on Facebook and leave me a note, and I'll get it, and we could, because I'm on the computer right now, and we could talk about it right now. It's all interactive. This is what we're doing. Question. Fellas. No, not for the fellas. Men. Yeah, this is for the men. Have you ever found holes or tiny slits in your stash of condoms? Does your woman pressure you into having a baby, and how does that make you feel? 877-210-6106 is the number to dial.
I think as far as you talked about devious and duplicitous and whatever, disingenuous. Putting a pinhole in the condom has got to be one of the worst because it's really no way.
What about the turkey baster?
Well, even that too. But I mean, as far as the guy's concerned, it's no way to really catch that beforehand unless you running inspections in the crib.
True.
Unless you run an inspection.
True.
I mean, the pinhole it's just so it can get past a guy so easily. You know what I mean? In that situation, that's a terrible one. And the turkey baster, that means you're a hard working female and you're on a mission.
Wow.
Because who has a turkey baster in 2009? First of all, who's based in Turkey? Half of these bitches don't cook. So to go retrieve a turkey baster means you had to go to the dollar store. You had to find one. God damn, that's some extra work right there.
Big Bear from Virginia. Reach out, man, and share what chime in on what's going on tonight.
What's going on, man?
I'm chilling, man. What's the word, Big Bear?
Oh, man, I'm happy to get on. I've been on hold for so long. But, look, I'm going to give y'all my rundown, man. The girl I'm with right now, she's 30. I'm 24. When we got together, I was 21. She was 28, right? You know, so she, quote, unquote, her biological clock was ticking. She coming up with me, telling me all these phases that a woman's body go through when they hit 30, how difficult a pregnancy is. So, you know what I'm saying, what she ended up doing and didn't tell me, she stopped taking her birth control pill, which we was raw dogging, you know, any given time anyway, because we was at that point in our relationship. So, you know, I love my son to death. We had a little boy, beautiful son, man, and I think he's 6 months right now. But you know, it's sort of kind of, she went behind my back, but I got to man up at the same time because it takes two. And I knew what I was getting into when I was doing this, right?
Go ahead. I'm with you. Did we lose him?
No, I'm still. Can you hear me?
Well, yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, you know, that's basically what I had to get off my chest, man. She went behind my back. She stopped taking the birth control.
Are y'all together? Y'all together?
Yeah, we're together.
Okay. Well, I mean, you weren't ready to have a kid.
I was ready. Yeah.
All right.
Right, but you good now.
Yeah, you good. You with her.
Yeah, I'm with her, you know, everything's straight, you know, but
you we started this off on the wrong foot. You should have told me. don't trick me into
that's
having
really
a baby.
not a trap, though. That's motivation. She just, I mean, he's with it. You know, he's still with her. He's not beefing. You're not mad.
Right.
I'm gonna need you to know how old your son is, though. But other than that, you in a good situation, though. He said, I think he's 6 months. So I'm not sure.
Damn. Marie, hey, what I want to say, Big Bear, thank you for reaching out. You brought Virginia.
I think you're doing good, Big Bear. I think
you brought Virginia into the building, and I appreciate the call, man. Reach out anytime. We're here every Thursday, 7 p.m. on the West, 10 p.m. on the East. Call me anytime. 877-2-106-106 is the number to dial. Tonight's topic: the baby trap, the secret lives of desperate people. Marie from North Carolina, you're in the building. Holla. No, Marie? Marie?
Yes.
Talk to me, Marie. What's your story? What's been going on?
Well, I don't even know if it's necessarily a story. I just wanted to make a comment that is there really such a thing as a pregnancy scare? And I know it sounds bad coming from a woman, but for me, when I started having sex at 20, I knew what I needed to do to avoid becoming pregnant. I've only been pregnant once, and when I did become pregnant, that was something that was planned. I've never understood a pregnancy scare. I don't understand the young lady that just called, not to judge her, but how are you going to say, I mean, her excuse.
You are kind of, though.
Yeah.
There's condescension and responsibility
Right.
in your tone, but okay.
Yeah.
keep it flowing, sweetie.
Well, no, but listen, because I just don't understand how, I mean, to me, she just sounded like a dude when dudes say the girl said she was on the pill. Well, she said that he said he had a vasectomy. Why are you going to trust him if you really didn't want to have kids?
So you banging on her again. I already spanked her.
Yeah,
I already
right.
got on her for that, and she took responsibility for it. Now,
Well, see, you sound like a young lady who's not willy-nilly with her snatch. You see what I'm saying? So there are a lot of ladies who are, and they're out there putting it out there. So it would be a scare if, you know what I mean, you came home from the club or whatnot, or the dude is telling you his pipes is bad. It would be a scare if you're throwing up, you know,
right.
the next week.
And you sound like a woman who's also exceptionally self-aware. And now you have to understand, that's a rarity in our society. There are a lot of people out there that are self-unaware, and they do things in the spur of the moment just to get that instant gratification, and they don't think like a chess player thinks. If I make this move, it's going to affect 6 or 7 other moves ahead. So you seem to be a person who has her life well in hand, and I'm just offended that you coming on with the judgmental tone.
Or you might not have had a scare because a guy may not have wanted to seed you up. I mean, it just may have been that scenario with you, per se.
Don't do her like that.
No,
She
I'm
sounds
just saying
pretty-
hypothetical. Sounds what? She sounds cute?
Yeah, she sounds
Them
like
be
she
the
got
ones.
sense. Marie, I appreciate you for bringing North Carolina into the building. This
I'm
is the
just
voice of
messing,
reason.
Maria.
You can reach out to us at any given moment. We appreciate it. Every Thursday we're here. The baby trap is our topic. Again, let's do a little stat thing here.
Yeah, give me some info that I probably wouldn't ordinarily know.
Man.
Because some of that is...
But see, for the women, 40% of women who have, 40% of women who have been abused report that their pregnancy was unintended.
So you're trying to tell me
40% of women who have been abused report that their pregnancies were unintended,
So you're trying to
compared
tell
to
me-
the 8% of non-abused women.
So Rihanna might be pregnant, is what you're saying? Is that where you're going with
Hey.
that? So abuse
Go
happens- abuse is more likely to occur when the situation is revolved around an unintended pregnancy?
Well, and again, when we're talking about abusers,
That's crazy.
you know, let's go even deeper, man. When we're talking about abusers in relationships, a lot of times, and this goes back to my point about self-unawareness, there's a medical term for it called borderline personality disorders. So you got people that, you know, get into relationships and it's characterized by having tumultuous relationships, high emotional instability, lack of empathy, extreme jealous, lying, can't control their impulses, you know, can just fly off the handle, you know, at any given moment. So you got people who suffer from borderline personality disorder that are in relationships and acting out whatever, you know, disorder or mental problem they have in the relationship.
Now, what it sounds like you're describing as mental illness, and you're trying to say that a lot of us are mentally ill?
Yes.
Man.
And on a deeper level,
Yeah,
you
right.
know, so, I mean, the borderline personality, patterns, impulsivity, passive aggressive, lying, stalking.
These are some of the signs.
These
See,
are
that's
some
what
of the
I need
signs.
to know. The signs.
Lack of empathy, low self-worth, worth, drug, alcohol abuse, extramarital affairs, rageful outbursts, depression, suicidal ideation, inability to hold difficult emotions or self-soothe. Self-soothe. Let's talk about it.
How I self-soothe is, well, first of all, the lights have to be off.
Right.
I gotta turn the TV down. I turn the VH1 Soul because I like the video.
Yeah. All the black videos.
And
Neon.
tube socks work better than crew socks. Although dress socks, the texture of dress socks really, but I don't know, explain self-soothing. What is that?
Well, when you self-soothe, we're talking about, like when you seen the cartoon, when the dude gets mad and then he's underwater and he counts to 10.
Yeah.
Right. Self-soothing is distracting your focus to something that will bring you pleasure in the negative moment. Whether it be music, whether it be meditation, whether it be any artistic, whether it be arts, anything that can get your mind off of the negative moment. It's somewhat of a distraction. And sometimes you need that in order, especially people with borderline personality disorder, they need that because they have an extreme perspective of things.
Now,
either it's all good or it's all bad. But hold that thought. Okay. Again, you're listening to the Voice of Reason. I'm ZoWilliams, Foxxhole Radio, Sirius Satellite Radio. I'm telling you, this is the most important radio show on radio right now. Nobody is doing what we do here. Again, we're about to take a quick break. If you want to get involved in the conversation, you got a half an hour to get busy. 877-210-610 is the number to dial. Don't be somebody's weekend lover. As a matter of fact, go ahead and get that Jamie Foxx album. I'll be back in a minute. Peace. Baby making music. Computer love.
Yeah.
Roger and Zap. The world is a worse off place without Roger, man, I tell you. Ladies and gentlemen.
We got T-Pain.
Hysterical. Voice of Reason. 877-210-610 is the number to dial. Tonight's topic, the baby trap, the secret agenda of desperate people. Man, let's go over some of these questions because I think it's very important that we get people out there so they can understand where we're coming from. Ladies, have you ever had to take your birth control pills in secret because your man was against it?
Take him in secret because he's trying to seed you up.
Yeah.
And you're not for
it. Again, did you ever discover that, and this is for the men, men, have you ever discovered that your woman's birth control pills were not real, non-existent? She was just telling you, I'm on the pill.
But how would you know that? How would you know? I mean, first of all, any decent secure, self-respecting dude
say they fall out
would rummage through her top drawer.
Well, no, say they fall out of her her purse, and you find out that they're chiclets.
Yeah,
or Tic Tacs.
In the first scenario where she has to hide them, now how long can she hide them before the dude is like, wait a minute, I know I'm not shooting blanks because I just got the other chick pregnant, so I know my shit is good. So how long can you do that? How long can you carry that along?
Faking. As a matter of fact, one of the sisters on Facebook was like, dude ain't gonna never be able to tamper with my birth control unless he gets in my veins. Cause she got the shot, the depot shot. So sometimes you gotta take it out of the hands of certain people.
Right.
877-210-610 is the number to dial. Have you ever caught your partner in the act of entrapment? Discovered an ovulation thermometer.
Yeah.
It's all type of little gadgets out there, right? Has your woman ever tried to trap you not knowing you were sterile or had a vasectomy?
I know at least 5 clutch babies, and I call them clutch babies because it's the guy and the girl, they were in the moment, and she clutched around, put the legs around the waist, so he couldn't.
You ain't getting up.
Yeah, I know at least 5 clutch babies.
Lock-ons, huh?
At least.
AJ, holla, man. You in the Voice of Reason. Let's hear what you got to say, my man. AJ from Arkansas, you got to turn your radio down.
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Zo. How are you?
I'm alive and well. What's cracking with you today?
Good. Fine. I have a comment. Mm-hmm. Now, when people need to use human life as a pawn piece.
Speak on it.
Like you say, there's something lacking within them. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it's emotional instability. Mm-hmm. If you can't keep a man or a woman just on you alone, then something's wrong. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And for you to use human life, then, it's wrong. And another thing is that a pregnancy is a God-given gift. it's women out there that they can't even get pregnant, and to be out there trying to make somebody impregnate you just because you want to keep them, it's not right.
True. I agree 100%. You will not get an argument out of me. AJ, I got to move on very, very quickly because the callers are going nuts. I thank you for bringing Arkansas into the building. Yeah.
She sounded real fertile. I could hear it in her throat.
Yes, very ripe eggs. Here's another question. Knowing that your child was conceived out of deception, did it make it hard for you to bond with that child? 877-210-6106. If that's your story, call us and let us know what's cracking. Blackberry out of California, it's your turn. Chime and let us know what you think. Blackberry.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, yes. You're in the building. Holla.
Hi. I had a comment where I had an experience with this man trying to get me pregnant.
Okay, yeah, I need to hear that. Okay.
I'm not gonna be your baby mama. You're gonna marry me before you get me pregnant. And I was talking to an older gentleman, and I'm younger, and he doesn't have kids, and neither do I. And he was always expressing to me how he wanted me to have his children. I was like, no, not without a ring on my finger. Make a long story short. We have protected sex, like everything's protected. I'm on birth control, full force, and we are using condoms. One night, I go to put the condom on him, and I see something funny with the condom. So,
he done tampered with his own stash.
Yes, I used a little trick that I've seen. I was going to put the condom in my mouth and then insert it on him.
That's the trick you use?
And air went through the condom.
Where you calling from again?
Club Nikki? Go ahead,
no.
sweetie.
But air went through the condom, and I'm just like, why is there air penetrating through this condom?
Wow.
And I looked at him like, you old dirty man, like you are really trying to get me. And after that, like I really had to cut it off with him. It was gonna work. Like you just don't do that. Like
now, how much older?
And
how
let me
much
just,
older?
Well, yeah, how much older?
He was 8 years older than me.
Wow. See, so you know what was going on, sweetie? And I always tell men and women.
His clock is ticking.
Right, his clock was ticking. But I always tell people, don't date agendas. A lot of times we wind up dating agendas. We don't date people. Homeboy wasn't dating you. He was dating his agenda.
Right.
And he was trying to accomplish something to fill some type of hole in him. It had nothing to do with you. You could have been any girl. 8 years younger than him. Anybody he was with at that time, he would have been trying to do that.
He's ready to build a family.
Yeah,
I mean, he got the convertible rubbers and the whole nine. So.
Exactly. So I just want to say, Blackberry, I appreciate your call. Call the Voice of Reason every Thursday. We here. This is what we do. Again, let's go into some more stats. I think it's
that
important.
Last question you asked, though.
Knowing that your child was conceived out of deception.
Yeah, I think that's important.
Did it make it hard for you to bond with that child?
Yeah, especially if he come out and he just not the best kid and 8 or 9 years old, he has no skills, nothing. You're like, damn it, Junior, you ain't even supposed to be here, God damn it. Oh, God. That's gotta be difficult to look that bastard in the eye.
Oh my God. So again, 60% of all battered women are beaten while they're pregnant.
That's amazing.
One study found that 37% of pregnant women across all class, race, and educational lines were physically abused during pregnancy. Homicide is the second leading cause of trauma death to pregnant and new mothers, second only to automobile accidents.
You gotta be kidding me.
877-210-6106 is the number to dial. I think it's important to reach out and let us know what you think. This topic is an important topic. It is a serious topic, and this is what we do here. Experts say 25% to 30% of women who die during pregnancy are murdered by their partners. So, listen, when my point is when men get into the baby trap.
Yeah, right.
It's high stakes war traps.
Well, you see, speaking of war, you see that those stats, a lot of those stats, I know I'm familiar with. I got a lot of people in the military. You see that on bases. You see that real big in the military. You know what I mean? I've been over on my tour duty for 18 months. I come over and you got a 7-month-old. You see what I'm saying? And then and a lot of women come up missing like that on bases real easily.
Ladies and gentlemen, 877-210-6106 is the number to dial. You're listening to ZoWilliams, the Voice of Reason, Sirius XM Satellite Radio, Channel 106 and 149. Tonight's topic is the baby trap, the secret agenda of desperate folk. People. Kenneth from GA, you're in the building. Holla.
Kenny Ken.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, man? Talk to me about your story, my friend.
Oh, I got about 2 or 3 of them, but I'll give you this one right here. I think this one be a doozy. I'm a truck driver on the road. And me and this girl were living together for a while. Then got pregnant. And all this time she was saying that this baby was mine. And, you know, anything in your blood, you're going to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to love this baby.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it went on, but as time went on, when she got up to 9 months, she was saying that she met this lady at the hospital. And she's saying that this lady said that she would take care of her baby. But she said she was too tired. And I'm like, what woman will allow somebody and trust somebody they don't know to watch their baby, a newborn baby? You want this baby by you always.
Especially if it's new.
Especially if it's new. And I had a pastor had one of his babies had died because having people around, you don't have everybody around your kids.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I have other kids, and I just couldn't figure that out. And, you know, went on, and as time went on, she was carrying the baby over this lady's house.
Mm-hmm.
So one day I went over there and sit around there with the lady and everything, got, you know the lady, and I had to go to work. And I found a picture one time, because not always a baby look like you when they born.
Right.
I found a picture, and this baby looked just like that picture, like that man. But, you know, I'm like, okay.
Maybe he'll look like me later on.
Right. So,
Right.
you can always, go by that. But, mama known be saying that always.
Long story short.
But where it all boils down to, this girl got mad at her one day, and she just came and approached me and said, that baby that you think is yours is not yours.
Oh,
it's another guy's baby. And while her telling on her, she cut the story off and said, I'm going to tell her, and all this. So she's trying to say that she got raped.
I heard that one, too.
Wow. Man, I want to thank you for reaching out to the Voice of Reason. I so appreciate you calling. This is just another. I always tell people, especially regarding relationships, don't get into a relationship if you're trying to hide from yourself.
Well,
because this is the place that is the absolute. The relationship is the best way to reveal your weaknesses, your character flaws.
That's easy to get exposed to, but you do that in those cases where you don't know who you are. So it's easy to get into that situation.
It's easy to fall into
that situation.
Yes,
a lot of people don't know who they are.
But I'm trying to tell the folk right now, for those who don't know, don't run to the relationship.
Right.
Because that's where all of those negative things that you've been trying to hide about yourself is going to be accentuated.
So for those people that are fucking right now, what would you tell them?
Get off the ass.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And enroll in self-awareness class. 877-210-6106 is the number to dial. Ray from Cali, you're in the building. Holla. Ray from Cali? Maybe not. Q-Ball from ATL? She's there, Ray?
Yes, I'm here.
Well, speak up, sweetie bear. What's up?
I'm in the closet.
Okay, so what happened, I was dating this guy, and we had dated for a while, and he kept saying, oh, you sure you don't want no more kids? I'm like, I'm positive. So one night we went out, and he was like, oh, did you hear that guy? He said we should go home and make a baby. And I was like, no, did not say that. So anyways, make a long story short, we went home, we did what we did, and I was on the NuvaRing. So every time we would do it, I would go and make sure that it's still in place. Well, this particular time was not. So I'm tearing the sheets up looking for it. Like, where the hell could it be?
He took the NuvaRing out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo!
Took it out and put it on the nightstand.
This sounds like an episode of Nip Tuck.
Yeah, I'm about to say, how did he get it out?
Because it's not way up there. You can pull it in and out because I have to change it myself.
He got it out with his teeth, and you wasn't even paying attention.
Wow.
Was not.
Were you dating a lizard, an iguana?
Yeah.
What did he do? How did he get it out?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Wow.
And he showed you at dinner time when he was tying them cherry stems in the knots right in front of you. And you ain't want to listen.
Wow.
He told you what he was going to do.
Ray, I want to thank you for the call. I so appreciate it. I got to move really quickly because we're coming down to it. Q-Ball from ATL, holla.
Kill ball.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up? No, you go ahead. You on, brother.
I kept listening to everybody else talk, man. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I was just calling about the topic you was talking about how women can do things, you know, when they want a child and you don't want one, you can get caught up in a trap.
Yes,
I got caught up in a trap 18 years ago, man. Just found out about 3 years ago that my daughter is not my daughter.
Wow.
And then in that process, you know, I really wasn't doing what I was supposed to do as being a father because I was a lot younger then. Mm. But I had a relationship with my daughter. Mm-hmm. And like I found out, like I said, she's not mine, but I'm still, you know, we still working on things. She know I'm not her dad, but she will look at me as dad.
So let me just ask you this.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask you this. You still support her and see her as your daughter, right?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, she's still my daughter, but I got something going to really rock the house.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I've been married 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Going through the divorce now. We should be divorced in about the next 45 days. It should be finalized. I'm finding out about 4 weeks ago that my wife tells my 9-year-old daughter, get out my face, because my daughter was like, why you let me talk to my dad? She was like, get out my face. He ain't your dad in the first place.
So you got beat twice?
I got played twice, dog, and you know,
or maybe you dodged a bullet twice.
Man,
depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, but the thing about it, man, I was there when my daughter was born. I was right there looking in the cootie cat, thinking that she's mine, you know. And my dad is always the type of man that says, you know, if I tell you something, you could take it to the bank. He was like, that baby's not yours. I'm like, man, I married this chick. I've been with her the whole time. And during the course of the marriage, that's why we're getting divorced, because she cheated on me, not knowing that she cheated on me before we actually did the do. But that's going to really hurt if I found that my 9-year-old is not my daughter.
Wow.
So she told you this and you don't believe her? You don't believe her?
No, she told my daughter this. Me and her, we're separated now. We've been separated over a year.
Okay.
And she told my daughter out of anger, get out my face. That's not even your daddy in the first place.
Damn it.
Wow.
So my daughter comes back.
Man, let me just say, man, I appreciate you calling the show tonight. That story is disheartening, but if you notice, it's a pattern. But this is a pattern for this particular show, and we're just a small sampling of a nation of 300 million people.
But who is it a pattern on? Because in this case, one guy got beat twice.
It's his pattern, of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So how does one look out for that? How does he keep himself out of those situations? Man. He got beat twice in 20 years.
But here's the thing, man. At the end of the day, sometimes you could just never really know. Yeah. Because in one situation, you know, I could say be more aware, be more conscious, ask different types of questions. You know, your evaluation process, or how you evaluate potential mates. I can like narrow that down and say, okay, what are you doing with regards to how you look at people, how you view yourself? But sometimes these things are blindsiders, man. They just come out the blue.
I think the best part of his story, though, is that there are two young individuals with a father figure in their life, because I know tons of cats that are raising other people's kids. Wow. And for him to have that relationship with them is still, you know what I mean, that's the miracle right there. Yeah. Even though they ain't his and he got beat twice. I hate to keep saying it, but that still is something short of a miracle right there.
Exactly. So let me do my top 10 signs that your woman's biological clock is a ticking time bomb. Number 10, she says that all the women in her family keep having dreams about fish.
Yeah, right.
Remember that old wives' tale? Everybody's dreaming about fish.
The whole family unfresh.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Number 9, your woman has to stop and interview every mother that she sees on the street with a newborn baby. Haven't you ever been out with a girl and she's, oh, look at the baby. Yeah. Right. Number 8, she keeps a stash of prenatal pills, supposedly to make her hair and nails grow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
I know she's wearing a weave.
Number 7, she goes from wanting to have sex every once in a while to wanting it every day, 30 minutes at a time. Let's go. You know?
And what dude would turn that down?
Not me. I wouldn't. Anyway, number 6, I would be in trouble. Anyway, number 6, she suddenly becomes a master herbologist, feeding you sperm-friendly foods, herbs, teas, and spices. You went from burger and fries to spinach, liver, ginseng, tea, and broccoli, right? An African almond bitter nut. Anyway, number 5, she insists that you wear boxers instead of briefs, and is obsessed with the temperature of your testicles.
Yeah.
Number 4.
Hot balls.
all of a sudden she's skipping her birth control pills and doesn't want to use condoms, talking about let's take our relationship to the next level.
Oh, man. Tell that part.
Wow. Number 3, you discover she has a fertility monitor or ovulation prediction kit in her bathroom. You know, they sell these ovulation prediction kits. Number 2, she will only have sex in fertility-friendly positions like you on the top or hitting it from the back. And number 1, after sex, she holds her legs up in the air for 15 minutes to save or to guide your sperm. Again, let me just do this real quick too. Zoe's bookshelves. I think, I like to give people books and resources that they should go out and check out stuff.
That's right.
There's a book called That Bitch. Protect Yourself Against Women with Malicious Intent by Roy Shepard and Mary T. Clary. Number 2, The Self-Esteem Workbook, a simple, effective program for the mastery of liking yourself by Glenn R. Schiraldi. Number 3, Why Is It Always About You? The 7 Deadly Sins of Narcissism. That's a great book. You should go check it out. I Hate You, Don't Leave Me. Understanding the Borderline Personality by Gerald J. Krisman.
That's a real book.
That's a real book.
And don't forget about 18 Years of Deception, bitch.
All right.
By ZoWilliams.
No, that ain't my book.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kick Him to the Curb and Keep On Smiling. Humorous true stories of ending dysfunctional relationships by Dorothy Pratt.
Damn.
So, as is customary for me, I like to wrap up my show with a final thought. And pretty much this is my final thought for tonight because this was a heavy topic and we just broached it. And like I was telling you guys before, it's important that you guys go to the Facebook and MySpace and really blog with me. With tonight's show, we tried our best to cover all of the underlying reasons behind why someone would seek to entrap their partner into having a child. This particular topic has so many tentacles that it seamlessly branches out into many more subtopics ranging from borderline personality disorder, intense abandonment issues, domestic violence, all the way to paternity fraud. What's lost in all of this selfish manipulation of interpersonal relationships is the potential damage that may be done to the soon-to-be-born child. Imagine if we could see beforehand the damaging effects of our actions from the unborn child's perspective. I don't think any of us could imagine what it would be like to knowingly be born to one parent that is totally unaware of your conception, while simultaneously being born to a parent that is so selfish that your conception was used as a momentary plug in a feeble attempt to fill the black hole within their soul. In keeping with the theme that relationship is a mirror, it must be understood that children perfectly mirror their parents' or living environment, or they can mirror the lack thereof. If you're not mindful regarding family planning or participation or the lack thereof in your children's life, we run the risk of inadvertently teaching them how to fill holes with temporary stopgaps as well. I'm ZoWilliams, the voice of reason, and that's my final thought. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we do every Thursday. Tonight's topic was a great topic.
Man.
I implore you, email me, zo@sirius-radio.com. This is the Foxxhole, Jamie Foxx's own network. It's incredible. It's cutting edge. It's what we do. Sirius Satellite, XM Satellite channels 106 and 149. Every Thursday we'll be here. I want to thank my guest, Mr. Lamont King. You were great.
It. Hey, thanks for having
Appreciate
me,
your wit.
Hey, remember, deadbeat parents make deadbeat kids. That's what I always say. That's
Wow.
like my motto right there. But you can reach me on Facebook, Lamont King. Spell it out, Lamontking.
I love it, man.
Holla at me.
I love it. And we'll see you later. Holla. Enjoy that Jamie Foxx.